This is what we have going on, everybody. Brought some supplies up. Trying to visualize it, spatialize it. Going to put, let's see, 4 of these. I think those 4 right there. I'm going to turn them outward and make a little obelisk for right down in there. And then we're going to figure out this as we go. I'm going to be using zip ties. So let's get started. I got a hybrid tea New Day at Fred Meyer's and a medallion at Fred Meyer's. And the other day, I worked on this bed. Turned it into a rose garden and moved the phlox over there along the property line, working on a garden. And over there, I'm also going to be planting these grapes that I got at a plant sale, a local plant sale. And this is where I want to start working with those branches. Start making an arch over the bed because it needs to be fenced. The deer really like it, and I figured that was a great project to start with, to use these supplies that I created out of the branches for building things after we had to cut our beautiful Inscence Cedar down. It was really big. So, also, I'm going to plant these nasturtiums. That's where we're going. Out here is my herb garden. And over here is a barrel next to the witch hazel and the lungwort and the horseradish and the mugwort, excuse me. I'm growing motherwort. And this is another type of mugwort. And I want to plant the nasturtiums in this wild ginger patch. And look at those mushrooms. Oh, jewel mixed colors. Yeah, it's my herb garden, right? And these are also an herb that you can actually grow and turn it into a tonic for colds and flus. And we use that a lot in the wintertime when people get sick. Looks like the kitty is right where I want to put the rose. I'm gonna have to move her. Okay, everybody. I'm gonna dig a couple holes for the roses, and then I'm gonna undo their packaging, and then we're gonna plant. Okay, everybody, so all that stuff took a lot more to do, a lot more time than I thought, and I'm not in the mood to overdo it. I tend to overdo it, but I don't want to do that right now. It's not a good idea for me. I want to enjoy this day, what's left of this day, but I want to show you what was completed. We finished the garden down there at the garden, the perennial stuff that's happening, and the movement of the plants and the herbs. And then I showed you how I want to plant those grape plants, and that's happening. But also, I have this little bit back here that I want to show you. And here's my tool. I saved this part for you so that you can see me how I'm going to fluff the bark dust and get it around the plants in an oh so sweet way. The rose garden. And then, yeah, so I'm not going to be able to work on that project today. That's kind of my whole thing here with the branches. But I do want to get the fence up so it's at least it's protected from the deer, which is the big reason why I want to get those big arch things up, is to protect the rose garden from the deer, because roses tend to be one of the deer favorites. So let's get to work. Get out here, kind of get around my daylilies. Yeah, that's nice. I wanted a little thicker in here, give the roses a little bit more of a go without having to suffer too much. The ones that were moved, the new ones that I just got. So excited. And that's the fence I need to put up. Yeah. Those are phlox that are kept. They're pink. 3 different colors of pink. And they're small. They're not going to get really big. Unlike the other phlox that I moved. We're going to plant the grapes. Just the 2 beauties. Just the 2 eating grapes to go along with this back-edged garden. Okay, so I used the post to push them up and like stick the branches like kind of overlapping each other. And now I have some paracord, and I'm going to tie that together. And they're kind of like the thing that was happening with the other thing I was trying to put together is that the bottom of the pieces are at angles, so they're spinning depending on where they want to go. So these, so that they'll be level, these are like spun into the position that they want to be when they're standing upright. So I shouldn't have that force working against me like I did when they were laying down. I didn't know what was going to happen. Then when I put them up, they wanted to like collapse. So that's what happened. So I'm going to parkour and let's see. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Paracord. And I'll tie them together, and then we should be able to get them into the rose garden on top of my climber rose. And yay, one step closer to having an art project in the rose garden. Okay, everybody. It's still unstable, but I still think it's groovy. So I'm going to take this paracord, and I'm actually going to like tie the four legs to the fence because I really don't want it falling over. And I'm not a builder, but I am a creator, so I'm just gonna make it look as groovy as I can, and you know, maybe hang some streamers or something from the paracord. But you know, it's going to be a work in progress, and I like the rawness of the branches. I really do. So I'm gonna step you back a little bit, and then we're gonna get started on the next phase of this project. Okay, here we go. I have to retie this one, and then I have to tie the other one. But I'm making some progress. Definitely making progress. So this is where it stands. Quite literally. Let's check it out. I like the branches in the sky. I like that it protects it. I like the curve. I like the arches. So we've got a deer problem. And I'm hoping that this will deter the deer. Maybe, maybe not. But my other thought are those branches down there. Like, you know, oh, I like this view. Totally groovy. Yeah, so these branches, I was thinking maybe even put them in between the larger pieces. Anyway, it is what it is. It's mine. And this one I did not attach because that's where the fences come together. Where the fence ends, anyway. Thank you for watching, everybody. So I just tried one branch there. It's just kind of in place, holding on to a little notch. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of them around, see what it looks like. Hi, you're leaving.
Hi, yes I am.
Hi. Like my groovy grooviness?
Hell yeah.
I think that was a yes.
You know creativity. It's an art structure now.
Yeah. Thank you. Arty party. Arty party.
There was a wasp inside of our inside room, so I forced him to get on top of a bag, and now the bag.
It might have made it look a little too busy just because of all that extra needle. But I do like having those extra arching branches in there just because, like I said, the deer just hop just about everything and anything. Oh, now from here, that's my daughter. I like it from here. Yes, this view, I like this view. Yeah. Very organic. Branches aren't so bad. I kind of think they need to be touching though. And either more of them or get rid of the green fluffy stuff. I think I'm gonna get rid of the green fluffy stuff. Yeah, let's do that. Well, thanks everybody for coming along with me as I shored up the project with the rose garden. Getting the last of those little plants planted, and then getting the bark dust on there, and then getting the fence on it, and then being patient and waiting until I recovered. That was a lot of crazy work. And then we got our limbs up there from our incense cedar that we cut down. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for loving to garden as much as I do. Bye.